My name's Mary Crowley, and I'm one of the co-founders of Project Kaisei, which is a project within Ocean Voyages Institute. And this summer we had 2 ships for the month of August out in the North Pacific Gyre. And we were doing scientific studies on the plastics out there. This is an example of one of our surface level manta trawls, and it shows all the plastics, and this is mid-ocean. Between the 2 ships, we covered 3,500 miles, and in every single trawl we did, there was plastic. And in some of the trawls we did out in the main area of the Gyre, we came up with primarily plastic.
Wow.
And then, of course, there's all the big pieces of plastic that you can see that are down there, and we brought back as many of those as we could. In half an hour, you could sometimes spot up to 400 pieces just around the ship. And so our goal is to go out there again in 2010 in May with fishing vessels, tug and barge, whatever we analyze is going to be the most energy efficient, and actually begin cleanup and recycling. All of this garbage out there ends up being a good candidate for recycling. One thing we're looking at is recycling it into fuel. Another thing we're looking at is recycling into building goods, clothes. But the recycling into fuel could be very interesting, because if we could build a plant on a ship, we could have it based out there and then constantly feed it plastic from smaller ships. And there's so much to clean up, but we of course want to do it in as energy efficient way as possible. And of course all of this debris is destroying the ocean ecosystem. And a lot of people don't understand that 70% of the Earth is ocean, and if we destroy the ocean ecosystem, it's like destroying ourselves. I mean, it's a source of oxygen, a source of food. So it was quite an experience being out there for 30 days and trying to really, we did a lot of photography and filming and scientific studies, so it really, really helped.
Thank you.
So I guess our message is we want everybody to recycle, reuse, reduce, and people should go to our website, which is www.projectkaisei, K-A-I-S as in Sierra, E-I.org, and there you can see our future activities. You can look over the blogs for the voyages we just completed and get a good sense of what the experience was like being out in the North Pacific Gyre for a month.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
So I work at the Headlands Institute, and sometimes we show kids the movie. I don't remember what the movie is called, but about the North Pacific Gyre. There's several, I'm sure, but one. And so the thing I was wondering about was in Rodeo Lagoon, when I was out there just this morning picking things up, we found a lot of pieces of plastic, and it wasn't, I'm sure, as concentrated as this, but they were all little pieces, especially of pieces of styrofoam that were just floating. And the problem was, if we picked, they were also floating with like feathers and things that would decompose. And so does your organization have any recommendations for what we could do? I mean, maybe the National Park Service does this, but what we could do to take all those little tiny pieces of styrofoam and the little pieces of plastic without getting all the stuff that would decompose naturally?
That's, I mean, basically, the methods we're working on in terms of plastic cleanup, some of them might work in that kind of situation, because we are working at creating things that could passively collect the small pieces. And we have this one design which is based on biomimicry, which we nicknamed the beach. And it seems to have a way of getting the pieces of plastic and not getting organic material. And so, you know, at least that is true in terms of any kind of fish life. Now, how it would work with things that might decompose, like feathers, I'm not.
And pieces of wood and things.
I'm not positive.
Well, maybe once you develop something that's, you know, it could be given to.
Yes.
Or it could, you know, the information could be dispelled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really neat. It was really amazing to me to be out. We were in Waders, and there was just tons of stuff out there.
Yes. No, it is really amazing how much stuff is in the ocean, and it's something we really need to change. We need to change the consciousness. You know, there's this huge blue ocean, but we've turned it into garbage heaps in parts of it. So we really need to change our behavior.
Well, thank you very much for answering my question.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good luck with the video.
Thank you. So I'm Mary Crowley. I'm one of the founders of Project Kaisei and a founder of the parent organization Ocean Voyages Institute, based here in Sausalito, California. And Project Kaisei is devoted to cleaning up the Pacific Vortex, the North Pacific Gyre area. The Gyre is composed of 4 ocean currents, and it accumulates massive amounts of marine debris, which is primarily plastic. And we ask everyone to help us to stop the flow of garbage into the oceans. And we are also working on a cleanup for 2010, where we'll be taking refitted fishing vessels and other vessels out to the North Pacific Gyre to capture as much plastic as possible, and in turn to work with recyclers on recycling those materials so we can remove the garbage from the ocean and recycle it at the same time, where we're educating people about stopping the flow of garbage into the ocean. So please do look at our website. Please contribute money, time, spread the word to your neighbors and friends. Our website is www.projectkaisei.org. Kaisei is spelled K-A-I-S as in Sierra, E-I. Kaisei means ocean planet in Japanese. This is very much an international effort, and we need everyone's help. So please look at www.projectkaisei.org. I'm Mary Crowley, and you can contact me at mary@projectkaisei.org. Thank you for your help.